Welcome to My Secret Intentions. In this tutorial, we're going to talk about intentions and how they interact with the application. You'll notice that we're testing as a girl, therefore we have the silhouette of a woman in our dialogue here. Surrounding her are all these gemstones. These gemstones represent each one of her intentions. What we're going to do next is we're going to add one more intention around her silhouette. You're going to see it's going to appear in alignment here just above her shoulder. Now if you look in that area, I'm going to click on the new intention button and you'll see it appear there. We've created a new intention. We've started the process of creating a new intention. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to click on this intention and we're going to start to populate our intention. Now let me explain the dialogue a little bit. Right up here, you've got a number which identifies the number of intentions you currently have on the system. In this case, this is number 14. You can have up to 250 intentions at any one time on the system. The title bar is pretty self-explanatory. This is basically an explanation or brief explanation, a one-liner, which cues you to understand which intention this is about. The second dialogue here is the actual visualization which you're going to write for yourself when you read it off of the manifestation dialogue. This block here is to be used for your visualization or your representation. What I mean by that is you're going to write your intention as if it's already fulfilled, and you're going to write it so that when you read it, it's geared towards you visualizing it for yourself. Why is this important? Because the second dialogue here is geared towards your peers' visualization of your own intention. And what you're going to do in the lower part of this dialogue is you're going to craft your visualization in such a way that you're reading it from the perspective of someone else witnessing this intention being manifested for you. A critical component of writing this visualization for others is to use your universal divinity ID. The Me button is actually that. Whenever you press the Me button, your universal divinity ID will pop into the place wherever the cursor is. And this is so you don't have to remember what your universal divinity ID is, and you don't have to type it out every time. Down here, you're going to categorize your intention by the various types of chakras there are. Now we're not going to go into too much depth here about the chakras, but briefly, root is a base. It is the physical element of the chakra. Going up towards the crown is the next step, is the navel, which represents monetary matters, matters that are more tangible in your life that you're trying to control or manage. The heart is self-explanatory. It relates to relationships as well as relationships of the heart. Your solar plexus tends to be more analytic. It surrounds career, those kinds of things. Voice starts to get into more of your personality. If you're trying to change aspects of yourself, better yourself, this is where you would put it in. The inner eye is very spiritual. It's the last of the chakras that connect you to the top chakra, which is the crown, which is the radiation of divinity around you. So the inner eye is very spiritual. It's a chakra related to looking on the inside of yourself to better yourself from the inside. And again, all these chakras will be explained in our blog in much more detail. So if you want to go ahead and check that out, we have a link on the Facebook fan page as to how you can get to our blog to get more explanations on the chakras and how they relate to your manifestations and intentions. The status of the intention here is pretty self-explanatory as well. When the intention is in draft mode, it's strictly there on the system so that you could improve the visualization. You're not quite finished crafting it, you're trying to get a better feel for it or better wording for what you are trying to create. But once you've achieved that, once you've created a good title that really references the intention properly, once you've crafted a visualization here for the intention that's properly crafted for yourself, you're going to know, you're going to get a picture of exactly what you're trying to visualize here when you read it. And same thing goes for the external peer visualization statement. Once you really get a clear idea of stepping outside of your shoes into someone else witnessing your visualization for you or your intention for you, and you've crafted that really well and you've really captured what it is you're trying to do, once all those aspects are in place, you're going to go ahead and put this intention in progress mode. And by doing so, you're telling the system, you're alerting the system that this one's ready to be visualized, one by yourself as well as by your peers. And your peers are going to see in a list of manifestations, of intentions, peer intentions, your visualization. So once they go and they start to manifest these things, they're going to see your visualization written for them when they click on that line. When they click on the title, it'll show up in the manifestation dialog so that they can lend their peer creation power and really harness that vibrational mode and increase your vibration on this intention, resulting in a much faster, much more in-depth, easier way for you to gain that intention. Once the intention actually manifests and is in your life, and you're witness to it, and you're happy about the fact that this worked and you've gotten what you were after, you're going to come back here and you're going to put this in achieved mode. This basically tells the system that, this intention has worked for me. I've achieved what it is that I wanted. I'm now ready to put it in my gratitude log. And by putting it in the achieved mode, it's going to drop off the other dialogue so people don't continuously pump energy into an intention that's manifested. The next step here is you're going to add some creation credits to this intention. How the creation credits work with the intentions is relatively simple. We have X amount of users. Each user is going to go in and they're going to visualize nightly or daily or twice a day the intentions of their peers as well as their intentions of themselves. We developed the creation credit as a method to augment the power of some of the intentions by adding more energy into them. So one of the things you're going to do is you're going to pump creation credits into your intention. If it's something that you're willing to wait for or is not as critical to you as another intention, what you're going to do here is you're not going to dedicate as many creation credits as you would normally for something that is really important to you, that you really want to get exposure to your peers. Really, the whole point of creation credits is the more creation credits there are in an intention, the more your peers will see it when they look at the list. In other words, it will get a higher ranking in terms of the software that we've created around it. More eyes will see your visualization. Therefore, more people will pump in peer creation power into the visualization when they go to manifest and visualize. So here I'm going to leave it at 25. 25 is great. It's perfect. And I'm just going to save and exit for now.